If you've been dreaming about a place where life feels a little more intentional, discover the Canopy in Sebastopol by City Ventures. This new community offers solar-powered homes, surrounded by mature trees, nature preserves, and walking trails, with a vibrant local downtown, renowned wineries, and the Bay Area all within easy reach. Enjoy low-maintenance living, refined design, and built-in eco-friendly features that make everyday life easier. Start your next chapter at the Canopy by City Ventures. Visit cityventures.com. That's cityventures.com.
Let's have this week's Here's How. And this week, here's how to put a person at ease. When someone catches you climbing off the shed roof, tell them that you thought you saw someone throw a frisbee on there the other day, and that there isn't a hole in the roof, so they've nothing to worry about in that regard. Make sure to slowly walk out the garden, because running will cause a bit of distress, or just calmly lift the fence panel and squat through the newly formed gap. If you live in a block of flats, place posters around saying that you've tested the building's fire alarms on Sunday and none of them went off. But don't worry, because you bought a bag of 9-volt batteries off the internet and you're more than happy to replace them all. Keep a spare sock in every pocket of your clothes, on every piece of clothing that you've got. And when you see someone, in the street and that they're looking like they're in a bit of a fluster or panicking, just hand them your spare sock, look them dead in the eye and say, "You can keep that." If someone's raising the voice or getting aggressive, whisper at them, very gentle, just on the exhale, like you would imagine a man tries to woo a predatory animal before he attempts to make love to it. If you witness somebody getting stressed out at a card machine because they've got their pin wrong twice, walk up behind them slowly and announce your presence by gently placing your hands on the hips, leaning into them and saying, "You don't have to worry about that anymore." Someone just witnessed something traumatic with you, then relive that moment as many times as possible with them in the next 5 minutes. Tell the story quickly as many times as possible, changing the details, making it more and more graphic each time. Build the legend, not the story. If you see someone having trouble parking, for example, they're shouting at themselves in the car, edge your car closer and closer to their car. That way, when they can shift their attention, from not being able to park to not being able to reverse, they can aim all that at you rather than directing it and aiming it inwards at themselves. If you see someone upset in a supermarket, you could use the dryer lint that you've been keeping in a plastic bag to block the wheels of their shopping trolley up when they're looking at a shelf. This might make the trolley hard to push around suddenly, and that'll hopefully cause the person to have an outburst, which will no doubt leave them feeling relieved. If you've been left to look after a friend's pet while they go on holiday, borrow another friend's pet of the same species and take pictures of it all around the absent friend's house on the first day. Then, every day whilst they're away, send them a photo of that unknown pet to them, saying that Mittens or Rover or whatever other modern contrived name they've been given to the pet, like fucking Impurity or Constance or Peaches. Tell them it's fine and that you think they're really starting to warm to you, but they're obviously missing their owners. Report a neighbour's car as stolen. Pretend to be that neighbour when you report it, and then when the police appear at the neighbour's house to be told that the car's been found, they'll be really relieved because they didn't know it had even been stolen in the first place. And that's the end of this week's Here's How.
Feel a bit dirty innit saying this, but join us on Patreon, guys. Like, you know what I mean? If you're listening to this and you thought, you know what, I've really enjoyed this. Like, I keep getting messages of people going, this is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. If you really feel that way, innit, like, try my book. You can get that. You can get a couple of them now on Amazon. Uneducated Guesses and How to Date a Table, an Antique Table, a Lover's Guide. Or, chuck us a couple of quid on Patreon. I'll appreciate it. It'll go a long way.